Hi, do you ever feel like, God, I'm not ready for this, what you're calling me to do? I don't think I have what it takes. God, are you sure? Are you telling me, is this from God? God, if it is you, can you do this and this? God, am I ready for this?
Oh God, I don't even have a proper prayer life schedule. I don't even have a proper schedule. How am I supposed to answer this? What if I don't know what to say? What if people ask me?
If the Bible is really true or not? How am I going to go to these people and lead you? So I have this flyer that I got from, I don't know how to pronounce it, but shout out to you, man. He does such great posters at a cheap price. But we're looking at the word today, which I can do all things through Christ. I can do all things through Christ, which comes from Philippians 4 verse 1, 6 to 13. It's basically the whole thing, but I'm just gonna start from 6 because that's where it's starting from, and we're just gonna read together. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made unto God, and the peace of God, which passes through all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ. Finally, brethren, whatever so things are true, whatever things are honest, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good report, if therefore be any virtue, if there be any praise, think of these things. It says we should think about what is true, what is honest, what is holy and acceptable, what is with virtue. And so when you keep your mind in that state, it's harder for you to fall back into sin. It's harder for you to do the wrong things because you will have that consciousness to tell you that this is wrong. You have this consciousness to tell you, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so when God is calling you to do something, sanctify yourself in the word of the Lord. Put your heart and your mind in a state where you think about what is true, what is honest, what is holy and acceptable to God. And so when we go on, it says, these things which they have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do. All these things that you have heard, that you have learned, that you have received and seen in him, in Jesus Christ, in me, do. And the God of peace shall be with you. So peace shall be with you. The peace of God shall be with you when you have heard, when you have received, when you have learned. And what points do you learn? You learn from the church, we learn from other people, we learn from podcasts like here, the Sanctified podcast. We also hear and receive the word of God through the Bible, by reading the Bible, by hearing people read the Bible, and by other sorts of means. Peace of God shall be with you when you place yourself in the presence of God, when you're listening to this podcast, when you're reading the Bible, when you're going to church and being in these places, you are filling yourself with the peace of God that surrounds you. And so he says that you can do all things through me, and through him. You have to be in his presence and know him first for you to be able to know that through God and through Christ, I can do all things. You cannot talk about somebody you do not know. You cannot live in a life in which with somebody who you do not know. And it's the same thing as saying, oh, this stranger, me and this stranger can sing together, but you don't know whether this person can sing or not. But when you know Christ's abilities, when you know that Christ has the ability to help me through all things, to help me do all things, to move me out of my situation, then you can believe in what he says. You can believe in what he says. You can move with what he says. You can say, oh, God said I'm wonderfully and beautifully made, because you know who he is. And certain times it's hard for us to live a Christ lived life, or a life of Christ, because we do not know who he is. We do not put the effort in knowing who he is. We don't want to step up and listen and hear and have that moment and say, God, I want to know you. God, I want to understand this word. I want to hear you. I want to experience I want to have an encounter with you. And that's the beautiful thing of having a relationship with God, a journey of knowing and understanding and receiving his love. And I'm not saying that you won't go through tribulations. It's going to happen. A lot of people in the Bible who are called had to go through persecution, were killed very badly. If it's the 12 disciples, they were all killed very badly. If you search up how some were hanged upside down, some were there were so many things that happened to these people that chose to follow God. But God says, I will go to my Father's house, which has many mansions, and I will make room for you. He promises us an everlasting life. And what more is that than to live here and regret having to not know and experience God? And so I'm here today to introduce the Sanctified podcast. What does sanctified mean? Sanctified means made holy and sanctified, set apart for a sacred divine purpose, and approved and verified. And I want you guys to know that this is a safe space. This is a place where you should feel comfortable, relax, have a cup of tea, even grab a snack and just chill out with me. I might have some guests during the other episodes that are coming up. And as we go along, I believe and I have faith that this will grow. Our community will grow. I will have at least the mic at some point, guys. I mean, you can't keep hearing me shout through the camera, but glory be to God. I am here today. And I just want you guys to know you're not alone. You're not struggling alone. You're not the only one feeling like you're not doing enough. I remember I once I was telling my friend, I was like, I feel like God is telling me that I can't keep living like everybody else. I can't keep moving like I'm not a child of God. Like people are out there dying. People are out there having depression, that are doing suicide because they don't understand that there is a God that is there, that loves them, that no matter whatever they're going through, it's going to pass. It is going to pass. It will pass. I'm telling you, it will pass. If nobody's telling you, I am telling you. And so that's just it's just a short message, and I just want you guys to know that I love you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. This wasn't really organized very much, but I felt like God was calling me to do this, and I was delaying it for such a long time, a very long time. And I finally said, okay, God, I'm gonna do your work, and I'm gonna see where it moves me. Bye, guys. See you in the next episode.